Saddlebred Rescue. And Pat, who's over there, we're sitting out in the sun so you can see stuff. We're going to do a tip. I don't know if we'll have to come up with a name of small tips make a big difference, or small hints, because a lot of the details make a big difference when you're training a horse. And a lot of people forget that. They think it's the big picture, that your horse wears its bridle and that's all it is to it. Okay, I'm going to send Pat inside. I posted this on my personal page, which is Neela McCracken, and it showed half of what I wanted you to see. It was with bits. So today's talk is on snaffle bits. So Pat's going to take it in. Have at it.
Have to get out of the sun because it is so bright here. The reflections. Okay, that's not going to work. Let's see if I can get rid of there. That's better. If you look at the picture on the left, that is a bit that is not bent and is poking the horse in the roof of the mouth. That's a snaffle bit. The bit on the right is bent, and I'll show you what we mean by that. And it stays down on the horse's tongue and is not poking the roof of the mouth.
It's what they call a double jointed snaffle.
Well, they call it a double jointed snaffle. I call it a snaffle.
Well, it's got two joints in it.
So anyhow, you're going to show them what you're talking about. So you got that, guys? Okay, here, I'm going to take you back, give you back to Neela. What do you want me to...
Okay, so what I wanted to show was, these are different work snaffle bridles, bits. Each one, if you show each one individually, they're different, but they're similar. I'll go to the next one down here, and then this one, and then those two over there.
This one, you need to almost show it from the side so you can see how it's bent.
Yeah, I'm going to get to that.
Yeah, but then...
So when you first look at these, they look different, but they're all very similar.
And that's a straight one.
We just bought these two bits in which we're going to bend. Okay, I'm going to start with a straight snaffle, and I'm going to use it on Pat's arm. This is like you might buy one at one of the tack shops, State Line or Chicks or anywhere like that. Snyder's. What that showed is when you do this and it's on the horse mouth and you pull back and it bends, it tends to go up in the roof of the mouth. And that's what they were talking about. But there's a second action on these bits that people don't think about. So Pat's going to hold her arm out right through here. And this is like the horse's mouth and the bars. There's no teeth here. So if we put this in and we pull this down, you can see with her skin that it starts hurting. It pinches. So this bit, as it is, will not only get them in the roof of the mouth, if you're not careful, it will also pinch the bars of their mouth. So this can be a lot more severe. And they left out part 2 of what that thing was. You talked about the roof of the mouth, but it didn't show that this flattens out, and the more this comes together, the more it pinches. About size difference later. These bits are all different styles. And what we do, now this is just latex in here, and we're going to take it off. Somebody put that on there because they wanted it a little milder. But this is pretty big. You see the size difference between, say, this one and this one is an in-between. And even this one's smaller. See, it's a little smaller. The bigger the twist is, the milder it is. So when you go down to one of these smaller ones, it's more severe. Okay, this bit has been bent. So there it is laying flat. I don't know if you can see it or not. There it is this way.
I can't see it real good, so I'm just...
Okay, so when you put this in a horse's mouth and you pull, it bends around it, and these are actually almost coming together back here, but you notice her skin didn't do anything. All right, so this goes around it when you bend it. We have bent this. I haven't been able to find any place that you can find that are already bent. So we bend this. We have our farrier do it, or in my case, my son does it. And we don't have to, I don't think we heat them up. I think we just kind of bend them around a kind of a round something. So find your own round something to use. And this will make it milder. It's not going to pinch the bars of the mouth like those two will. Okay, and the string on there is nothing more than that's where they put the tongue tie. I pulled this right off a bridle that we use. Okay, this bit, well, let's start with this. This is, we call it a Dr. Bristol bit. Can you see it all right? And it's got a piece in here, so there's a double, what they would call joint.
Put your hand down and come at it from the other side, because otherwise
Oh.
you're blocking it.
Okay. So this piece right here, we call this style bit a Dr. Bristol bit. It's also the same idea as a French link, which is a more dressage hunter term. This is slightly different than a French link, but it's the right idea. So Pat's gonna put her wrist out again. And wait a minute, so when you turn this one's been chewed on. Nothing goes totally flat on it, okay? So when you do this and you pull it, you can see her skin doing a little bit, but not as much as the other one. This is also a copper mouth, which I want to show you. I do not like copper bits. I know they're supposed to make your horse's mouth be moist and all that junk, but a lot of horses will chew on them and you can see there's flat edges. And this flat edge right here, this is why we don't use this and why it looks so nasty, is flat and it's very sharp. More horses have chewed on this side, which is interesting than this, but this has also been chewed on. So you don't notice it too much from that side, but from this side you do. This is flat. So I do not like copper mouths for that very reason, because if you're not paying attention, you can get sharp edges on there and can cut their tongue. And it's very easy when you're working a bunch of horses to forget to check those. So we do not use these bits anymore. Copper is very soft and it can also break, as Pat knows. This is called a half cheek snaffle. It's got a little bit here. This piece stops it from sliding through the mouth. These are very popular with driving in harness bits. This is a full cheek. See, it's got the top and the bottom. This is used to help guide your horse and push their head around. When you use a bigger ring like this, it also does not slide through the mouth. It stops the bit from going through the mouth. Okay, this is, I don't know what the official term of this is. It's like a French link. A French link would kind of look like this, only it wouldn't have a roller in the middle. It would have this flat piece that you can see there. But this works the same, and it's a full cheek, so this is kind of a very coltish bit, or something for hunt seat type to help pull their head around. We do not show, saddlebreds do not show in these bits. I don't think they're illegal for a hunt seat, but you wouldn't show in these in driving or anything that I've ever seen.
You can have that mouthpiece on a Western bit, but I will not ride them.
Well, this one you would, because
No,
it's
I
fixed.
won't.
Yeah, this isn't what broke.
On the one it is,
This is all one piece.
it came out of there.
This is all one piece in here.
Okay.
The one you're talking about had a ball in the middle, and this they crimped around it, and it separated. This bit looks the same, but it is not made the same. This is like a dog bone right here. It goes all the way through, and then this was put over it and then cramped. So this one wouldn't fall apart. The one you're talking about definitely falls apart. Okay, put your arm out again. We're going to show this how it
Falls apart when you're riding down a...
down and showing. All right, and I can show you that later. That's a Western bit. All right, so how this goes around, and so this is wider here than this one. I don't know if you can see that or not. This is a wider piece, so the wider this is, the less severe it is. This will still pinch a little bit. Okay. So I can't even ask if there's questions. We can't see them. This is what we worry about. The copper mouth, I've told you, is not my favorite because horses can chew on it, and over time they can make very sharp edges. You'll have to excuse this bit for being dirty, but I didn't throw it away. I don't know why, because I'm a pack rat, but I'm not using it, so it just kind of... So I'm totally out. What I use instead of these are the brass mouthpieces. You'll see them, they're more yellow. You know it's not gold because gold is soft and expensive. This is more of a hunter bit, but it will work. This is one that we take, which was a big ring snaffle like this one first. It's flat, pretty much. Actually, this is a closer bit to it. It's a little bigger. It's flat. See, no bend. We bent this and then put latex on it, which needs to be replaced. The latex is to help soften up the edges for the corners of their mouth. I don't know why Ruben did this. I did not. There's a dog nose. So that is the second stage of bits when you're talking about snaffles. Now, when we use a show bridle, I don't have any show snaffles out here. We bend our bits. The snaffles will all be bent like that one. I try when I'm putting a horse, if a horse works in this or a smaller one or any of those, when I'm starting a horse in a full bridle, I try to match up the snaffles to what we work in on a work snaffle. And then if I need to change it once they get used to the full bridle and everything, then I do. But when I want to match up, if I'm working in a big bit like this, a real sharp snaffle that's little like this one in there, because it's totally different. It'll make the horse react different. So I try to change when I'm starting in full bridle. With the snaffles, I try to keep them as close to the work bridles as I can. And then once they're used to the bridle, if I need more snaffle, then I can reduce the size of this or change the mouthpiece to 100 other mouthpieces that they have. But I tend to use a lot of big snaffles that won't be any, they're not usually any smaller than this bit. But there's a whole bunch of sizes in between. So that's our tip for today, our the small detail that you don't know because nobody pays attention to what the trainers are doing. Some trainers don't pay attention, and I do. I want to know why stuff works. Why does it work? Why does that one bit work better than another? And it took a hunter jumper person, or actually a combined driving person, to show me that the nutcracker effect that these snaffle bits have, because I never thought of it that way and never laid them on my wrist. So it's something I learned in the last 25 years, and I'm a lot older than 25. So
Really?
yeah. So that's Bits 101. If you have any questions, you can ask us, and we will get back to you. Yeah, and I can't see to stop it. Gonna go in here. It's so bright out here, I can't see the screen to get this to stop. And